Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to start with our gathering hymn, Building Bridges, and we'll just sing it through twice.
Good morning. I invite you to join me in reading our chalice lighting words by Reverend Erica Hewitt. To be a Unitarian Universalist also means we're not alone in the work. We are not alone because of our promises to love one another. We are not alone because we are companions on the journey. We grow into allies, helping one another get free, because none of us is truly free until we are all free.
Welcome. I'm Edie Holder. I'm a choir member, director of the Lettuce Singers, which is our children's choir, and serve on several committees. We are a welcoming congregation. Anyone, old, young, fat, thin, whether this is your first time or your 150th time, of any religious persuasion, of any sexual orientation, our hope is that everyone may feel this is a home, a community. Please put your phone in church mode. And I have two quotes for this Sunday. As this is the last Sunday of Black History Month, the first is by Barack Obama. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope. You will fill yourself with hope. And my second quote is in reference to the hymn that we're going to sing in a minute. And it's written by Raymond Bond, born 1912, died 1993, and he's a UU minister and author. And he said, "Love is a weaver. The threads are living folk."
So this hymn is in your order of service, and I understand that we're going to sing it each Sunday, so please turn it right back in when you turn in your order of service. You'll notice that the left side of the page is a refrain. It's kind of the main easy singing part. And then the right side has the verses on it. And notice that at the end of each verse, you go right back to the left page with weave. You'll hear how that works when we sing it, but it goes, one great tapestry, weave, weave. You know, it's all woven. So rise as you are willing or able, and we'll sing this song.
I invite you to join me in reciting our unison affirmation, which is on the screen behind me. This is the mission of our faith, to teach the fragile art of hospitality, to revere both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to witness to all that we must hold the whole world in our hands. Unitarian Universalism is a tradition that welcomes people who believe many different things. We offer a community that will be with you through the joys and sorrows that come into your lives. Each week at St. John's, we honor the experiences of our lives in our ritual of stones for joys and concerns. Here at St. John's, we do this by placing stones representing that which we carry into the sand of our community over all the years it has existed. If you would like a joy or concern to be read, please leave them on the table. And if you're joining us online, you can put your joy or concern into the chat, and I will see it right up here up front. You can see there is an obstruction, but it's a useful one, so just go around it. We have 2 spoken concerns today. Emily is sharing of the passing of friend and neighbor Marvin Krause. Sorry for your loss. And Nikki is saying goodbye to his aunt, Jan Bryant, who passed suddenly from cancer last week. We hold you both. I invite you into a spirit of prayer and meditation with these words by Reverend Angela Herrera. What do you do with the secret verses of your heart? With your need for redemption, the story without words, with paradoxical truths too private and nuanced to share, that cannot be printed or spoken aloud. You weave their energy into a poem, carefully, over and under and through luminescent strands that cannot be unteased, until the poem is shot through with light from an unknown origin, and you whisper it into the dark. Breeze forms delivered into the deep. We have a special announcement, introduction for you all that's going to be a little bit of a surprise to some people. Can you come up here, Preston? So we've done a couple of things in the last month. One was we changed the title of Director of Religious Education to Program Director for Children and Youth to reflect some of what Reverend Sierra Marie taught us. The other thing we did was hire Preston for that position. The board is very excited to welcome you. They got you gifts. You want to say something?
I wasn't even informed that there would be a gift basket, so now I'm in an awkward spot. Yeah, it's been a wild ride for me these past couple of months. And coming to Covington after, or the Cincinnati area rather, after Hurricane Helene in Boone was rough. But I got out after I got my degree in philosophy and religion. And the last thing I expected was to be able to jump into an opportunity that was this close to my heart and meant this much to me this quickly. So thank you all. Thanks to the board, and I really look forward to working with everyone in generating something that is going to be fantastic. So thank you.
So for our time for all ages today, we're going to do kind of a activity. The pledge theme for this year is Together Weaving Our Future. And so we are going to enact it. We are going to weave together our future. And what I'm going to ask you to do is we are going to pass out, and maybe the kids would be interested in helping me, or anybody can. Pass out these ribbons, and everybody can have a ribbon. I have 40 markers, so a rough estimate is that you'll have to share. And you write your name. You can start if you would like. Would you like to help me by passing these out? The ribbons and the markers. You can take the basket even. So you are invited to write your name and literally 1, maybe 2 at the most, words of blessing for the future of St. John's. And you can write on either side. Both sides will weave well into this. And then we will collect them. We're not going to do all the weaving today because nobody volunteered to be here until 3 p.m. But what we're going to do is collect all of them and have them in a basket. And every time you're here, you're invited to take someone else's and weave it into the tapestry. And we'll have this the entire time we're doing our pledge campaign. So we can be every week weaving together, weaving our future. Sound good? So most of what we're going to do right now is just get the ribbons and write on them. Stephen, if you feel moved, because he wasn't warned, feel free to play any music. You can also be like, I wasn't warned about that. Just a reminder, you can put your name, first name, full name, up to you, and 1 or 2 words at the very most of a blessing for the future of St. John's. We probably won't see it when it's woven together, so don't worry about it being pretty or very noticeable. There should Does everybody got one or does everybody have one? Need a marker? Here's one. Amy has a marker.
please join me in singing our blessing to the children and to each other. We'll sing this through twice with the different words as indicated.
I want to ask Charles to come forward for our pledge time moment.
Well, good morning to all attending online and here in the sanctuary. The pledge team is excited about the theme, Together Weaving Our Future, for this year's pledging. And it's inspired to me by discussion and activity in chalice groups among members and friends of the congregation, however they connect, and by the active work going on in the congregation. The image on your order of service is our emblem for that idea and the hope it suggests and the thinking behind it. 2 weeks ago, a poem by Reverend Jenn was read aloud during the lighting of the chalice. It really moved me to a new understanding of what's involved in living those words. It says in part, "We are drawn into community by a belief that how we are in the world, who we are, matters. Together, in the knowledge that love, not fear, can change this world." For me, the theme of wisdom and bravery that is suggested in Reverend Jenn's beautiful words is emerging around the world now and is reflected in so many ways in my congregation that I feel so grateful for, because the interactions with all of you, no matter how small or large or how frequent or infrequent, are huge in that weaving way. And it's reflected in so many ways in moments of insight I hear in uplifting Sunday services, conversations in Kroll Pfeiffer or in chalice groups, hosting found house families, building LGBTQ solidarity, supporting community organizations with small grants and volunteer help, and working for fair elections, and so much more. And in the committee and teamwork we do together to make that all happen. It is creating a fabric, and it's a fabric to me that's beautiful and powerful and resilient. Now, why am I talking about the social and spiritual bonds we share in St. John's with a kickoff talk for the pledge campaign? Well, when each of us, members and friends alike, are now asked to support St. John's operating budget, and when we do so, we are actually weaving our future, a strong future for our congregation and for all it provides for us and for the surrounding communities. Pledging your financial support is one aspect of creating the social and spiritual life of St. John's. Figuring out how much to plan to give is actually a process that can bring you joy as you realize that you are bringing your unique contribution, your threads, to help create the fabric of our future. With your help, we have made great progress in the past few years, completing the pledging process quickly enough to give the board adequate time to develop the budget. Here's some reminders about pledging and changes for this year. And hopefully those changes can help you make your pledge quicker and more easily. We now have a special web page on the St. John's website with all the information and forms you need in one place, which is accessible through the QR code and the posters by the entrance of the sanctuary. And by going to our website, looking for and clicking on the Give word up top, and looking for the words Together, Weaving Our Future. If you click on that theme, that'll take you to a new page that has all the stuff we've talked about. Online forms for friends and members, authorization forms, and so on. So that should be easier to come across those if you need it. We ask all members and friends to pick up your pledge envelope this morning right outside the sanctuary at the tables. We will also mail envelopes to those who don't attend in person. They're an important part of the congregation, and I keep cluing into that. We will have help available at the pledge table before and after services from now through March 30th to help you plan and make your pledge in a way that is right for you. We're setting a goal of $299,000 for this year's campaign, a nice increase over last year's total. Can we grow our generosity to meet that goal? Please get started soon planning your pledge so that you can pledge online or on a paper form in your envelope or that you get from us at the table. Let's get this done together. Thank you.
And now we will take our offering. We give to remind ourselves how many gifts we have to offer. We give to remember that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. We give because we believe in music and sacred space. We give with the faith that together we have enough. Thank you. in our congregations, we often talk about sharing our time, talent, and treasure. So I want to start this sermon with my favorite talent. One those of you who were at the talent show a few weeks ago got to experience already, my absolutely terrible jokes. There was once a strong man at a circus sideshow who demonstrated his power before large audiences every night. Toward the end of one performance, he squeezed the juice from a lemon between his hands. He said to onlookers, "I will offer $200 to anyone here who can squeeze another drop from this lemon." A thin, older lady hobbled up on stage. She picked up the lemon, clamped it between her frail, bony hands, and squeezed. And out came a teaspoon of lemon juice. The strong man was amazed. He paid the woman $200, but privately asked her, "What is the secret of your strength?" "Practice," the woman answered. "I've been the treasurer of my church for 42 years. You say you want another one? Okay. I heard the nose, but I'm going to pretend I didn't. I was on a flight experiencing turbulence. People were getting anxious as it continued. Finally, someone called out, "Can someone please do something religious?" I figured as an ordained minister I could, so I stood up and took a collection. Now, so we laugh, especially at the second one, because in the moment they wanted words of comfort or a miracle. But I think there's a deeper truth to this joke. We're living in a turbulent time, in a time of uncertainty, socially, politically, environmentally. And it's during times like this, times of uncertainty, grief, rage, and change, that we need one another the most. In the midst of turbulence, it is by coming together and sharing our resources that we can find comfort and bring about miracles. Here at St. John's, the people who came before us knew this. They wanted a place for people to go, to worship together, to have community together, come what may. They brought together their resources and began weaving a future, not only for themselves, but for us. They knew they would only see part of what they were creating with their work, but they committed to it, and now it is our turn, together, to weave. So we ask you to share your treasure at this time of year, knowing it is truly an invaluable source of comfort and miracles for this community. The Pledge campaign takes passion and commitment, the knowledge and firm belief that this community matters, not just because of who we have been, but also because of who we will be. I want to thank this year's Pledge Committee, especially Charles, Winnie, and Joetta, who are doing the bulk of the work. They are helping us create the future that we want. Our pledge theme for this 2025 season is Together Weaving Our Future. And I love that most of this season will coincide with our exploration of trust, the Soul Matters theme for the month of March. So as we enter into the Canvas Pledge season, I ask you, what do you value? What do you want to weave together to create a future for this beloved community? Many of you value the community you found here. We value our history, our persistence. We value our connection. We value Unitarian Universalism. So I want to invite you again to consider that and to consider what sort of vision our values call us to. What do you value about this congregation so much that it would drive you to stand up and take collection in the middle of turbulence? What is it that sings to your heart, your spirit? Is it our worship services, the music, your love of committee work? Is it that you have a place to bring your children, Is it social activities? What speaks to your values and your hope for our future? What makes you keep coming back? How have you been served by the resources others have woven into this place? And what future will we weave together? It will be a good one. Blessed be. Amen. Do you want me to just do it? Just ask them to talk about why they can come back.
And since we're a community, please take a few minutes to greet those around you. Today, for fun, I invite you to share something you create or would like to learn to create, be it a craft, a piece of music, a poem, a friendship, a flower, whatever speaks to you. I encourage you to especially greet those you don't know well. When the time is up, we will call you back together.
I'm going to invite you to close your conversations so we can finish off the service.
All right. Hello again. First off, I want to remind you that we have soup and bread and desserts out in Crow Pfeiffer, and I want to thank everyone that pitched in to bring something to share. When I picked up, because we didn't have church last Sunday, and I picked up the sheets on Thursday night at choir, we had one soup. But now I think we have 10 or 11, so, we're good. And I wanted to call your attention to the announcements on the back of the page, back of the bulletin. A forum on March 2nd, men's group is meeting on March 2nd, and a big congregational discussion with the both and team after the service. So come March 2nd, everyone, come one, come all. And Aaron Zoller would like to make an announcement about the April 5th auction. And you don't have your hat.
I don't have my hat. I woke up at 10:50 because I overslept. So we would like to just take a moment for the miracle that I got here in time. Okay. So April 5th, Saturday afternoon, is this year's auction. And because we know what we're doing this year, we have the auction website already set up and ready for you to enter in your entries, your offerings today if you want. So you can go in. We've had a whole committee of people. Cheryl did a whole bunch of setting up, so thank you very much. The info for just the basics of the auction are actually on the St. John's website, but it will direct you to the auction website, and that's the URL is also in the announcements, and it should have directions on how to do everything. But if you have any questions, let us know. It should be super easy, and if you are re-offering something you offered last year, you can go grab it from last year's auction and update it, so you don't even have to retype everything in. It's kind of magical. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me or one of the other auction people, or email at the auction email, and just that. And it's going to be really fun. And we're going to do all the bid sheets like days before, so that if the guy who's in charge of the website tech is in Egypt on a camel and everything crashes, we'll be able to still have the bid sheets in time for the auction this year. It's going to be amazing. Yay! Okay.
And our own Stephen is going to put on an opera here at St. John's, free of charge, March 8th, and he would like to come speak about it. At least I think you do.
Yeah.
You do now.
I do now, yeah. Hello, good morning, everyone. So the opera is called Forward into Light. It is about the suffragist movement and Alice Paul, and all about the fights that that women went through in the 1918 and 1919 and 1920 to get the right to vote. And I do believe it's rather prevalent right now in our climate, and that no matter what we believe in, we have to fight for it. And it features 4 singers and our own Women of St. John's Choir. So it should be. Yes. And we have the League of Women Voters here as well, with a speaker prior from Miami University, and it should be a rather fun evening. So I hope to see you all there. The date? Is March 8th, Saturday at 7 p.m. No charge. Just come as you are. Donations will be accepted, though. All right.
Are there any other announcements? Hearing none, let's adjourn. Well, no, you're coming. No, we can't adjourn. She's got a song to sing. But don't forget to go eat after we sing our song.
No, we have a benediction.
And a benediction.
I tell them when to leave.
All right. I was just trying.
You're just hungry. Let's go eat.
Rise as you're able, and let's sing this hymn.
May you leave this time together changed. May the promises you have made to yourself about who you want to be feel closer to the reality of who you are right now. May you share that feeling of transformation wherever you go. May it spread into every word, deed, thought, and interaction until we are all changed, transformed, and transforming together, becoming our better selves. Go in peace. Go in love. Go have some lunch. Now we're adjourned.